Welcome to the show. I'm your host, Dumais, and I'm in Bangkok. SHL, Draft and Inaugural Meeting, Episode 40. So yesterday, the SHL, the CM Hockey League, had their inaugural meeting and a draft. Well, kind of a draft. They kind of talked about who each player went to. But what I did is they asked me to come along. As I had told you before, they've been wanting me to be, or they have asked me to be their official podcaster for the SHL. And I'm very excited to do that. And so I went down there for the draft and the inaugural meeting and I recorded it. So this particular episode is going to be a little bit different. I went down there, I recorded it, I'm going to play that here in a second, and it's edited, obviously, and then I'll come back and I'll talk to you a little bit about what my impressions of it. So that's going to be it. All right, so I'll see you in just a few minutes. We're at the sports corner, getting ready for the SHL draft, and I've got John here, the president.
John Sheknovsky, president of the SHL. We want to thank your podcast for being here. Thank you for being here. Today will be the inaugural draft, the 2016-17 SHL season, first ever season for this league. And today we're going to have our first inaugural meeting, go over some rules, regulations, and then have the draft. We're going to announce the first 16 players, first 4 rounds of the draft. Then we're going to announce the rest of the players and go over some sponsorship and kick off the season right.
Pretty exciting. I can't wait for it to get started.
I think all of you know me. Don't? John Sheknovsky. This is our first ever actual official public event for the Siam Hockey League, SHL. I wanted to go over a few things with you. Some of you are captains, some are part of the administration, but some of you have not actually heard anything what we're going to do for this league, so I wanted to go over a few things. You can share it with the other 50 people who aren't here. And I want to thank the most important thing right now is that this league is going to survive because of sponsorship, Sport Corner being one of our main sponsors. So thank you guys for coming out. We'll have a lot of events here, and I'll go over some other sponsors as well we're going to have and ways to support them. A few of you, most of you, were part of the old TWHL, so I wanted to start off with kind of explaining, fancy stuff on the wall if you want to look at that. But explain one important thing is this is not the TWHL. There were lots of good things about that league, and there were some things we want to fix and change, and we'll go over the most important ones. We sent out a league flyer, and we have a constitution and lots of rules and regs, so I'm not going to go over all those, and those are all public if you want to see them. But today I'll go over a few things that are very important, big changes in the league this year that are much different than the old TWHL. Our goal, obviously, is to be around for a long time. So all the rules that we've made and the decisions we made as a group were all based on this league being around for a long, long time. The TWHL had about 10 years. And unfortunately, things came up and the league didn't survive. But we're hoping to make a few changes to get this league to keep going. Obviously our long-term goal is to expand. We have 4 teams this year, like every year in the TWHL. We want to have maybe 5, 6 next year and continue to expand. Those of you playing in the BIHL, the Bangkok Ice Hockey League, they have many, many teams, and our goal will be to kind of be the expat league equivalent of that. All right, so if you don't know the committee, that's us. Introduce everybody that's here. As you know, I'm the president. Scott Murray over there. Raise your hand, Scotty. He's the vice president. Christian right here next to me is the secretary. Alistair is back there by the bar where most British people would be in a bar. He's the treasurer. Alex, our administrator. Pratt, who's not here, is our marketing guy. And Jep, who's the referee in chief, not here as well. About a year ago, we all got together. Well, Christian and I and Scotty got together and decided we wanted to try and resurrect the expat hockey league here. And we just it's been about a year now of meeting, getting together, picking the committee, and deciding how we're going to do this. It's not easy. As all of you know, we all have full-time jobs. This is not for profit. So every penny we do make in profit will go back to the league. You'll see as we go along today, purchase things, be involved in social media, Everything we do is going to make money to put it back into the league. There's no profit being made by anybody here. And once again, most important thing for us is we want to be around in 5-10 years. I want my son Cole to play in it someday. That's the goal. Be drafted in a few years. So, we do want to stress one part of this, and I'll go over that again. We want it to be competitive. One of the complaints in the last league was that there were some games and some problems where we had some. There was a drop-off in competitive level, and the benefit of Thailand hockey is you have our Thursday night shinny that Scotty runs, and if folks out there are beginners to hockey, we're not going to just give them a spot in our league. They're going to get better and earn a spot in the league. A few of the senior members of the league had spoken to us, and we want to try and make it a competitive league, give people a chance, but also make it competitive. So some of the challenges we had after the last league folded. One of the big challenges we had was substitutes. When you don't have enough players in the league or for a week, we get there on a Sunday or a Monday, and it'd be very, very uneven. You'd have guys show up, some guys not show up. We'd be there at Sunday night at 5 o'clock, and people making phone calls, and you end up one team has 2 lines, one team has 3 lines, and that game is just not competitive at all. So we really stress in this league, our priority right now is substitutes. I will go over that a little bit in detail right now, just so you know it. But your captains are going to tell you all about it. Our number one priority right now, we'll do it now, you think, the substitute thing, or no? Yeah, so most important thing is Scott Murray is going to be in charge of the subs. So most weeks, by Friday at noon, the captains will have to tell Scott who's in and who's out. If you've not responded, you're out. And it's really as simple as that. We can't have Sunday afternoon showing up and we have no idea who's playing. So Friday by noon, you have to report who's going to be there. Our league's going to be you have to ice 10 players minimum, 13 players max. Okay, that's in priority. 10 players minimum, 13 players max. If you're under 10, we will find you subs. That's the plan. If by Sunday a couple of guys call and say, oh, now I can make it, and you're above 13, if you didn't respond by Friday at noon, we put a sub in for you. The sub plays, you do not. It's your responsibility. You paid, but that's going to be our responsibility by Friday noon. If you change your mind and on Sunday you make 12 or you make 11, fine. We'll go over that more in depth as the weeks go on. That's our priority one is substitutes. And it's not that difficult. Our games are mostly on Sundays. We know weekdays are tough for work, but most of the games are Sundays, so you should know by Friday at noon if you're going to be alive and in the country and in Bangkok on Sunday afternoon to play hockey. That's a really big priority for us to keep the games even. We're going to have 2 lines of 4 players max, not 3 lines, and that's our goal to keep it competitive.
And if you don't ice 10 players, you lose.
And if you do not ice 10 players, if Murray gets you a couple of subs and 2 more guys don't show up and you're down to 9, you forfeit your game 1-0. You will still play your game, still play hockey, but the game will be forfeited 1-0 if you don't ice 10 players. Okay? Once again, the captains will get back to you on that, and I'll go over the captains' their responsibilities in a second. That's a big priority for us. This is my close your ears. My hard-ass comment of the day. This league is not going to be a democracy for the first season. What we in the committee say is going to go to try and make the league work. So for our purposes, the league comes first. If 1 or 2 people are becoming a problem for us, they're just going to be out of the league and we'll give them a refund. It's a big problem. It's a really big important part of us that the league comes first. We actually have, for the first time, we've had to cut people. There are people that wanted to play hockey in this league that signed up, and we had to tell them no thank you because we're at our maximum number. What that means is it's already a popular league. What it also means is if we have a problem, there are people waiting to play hockey here. So we're going to be a little bit of hard asses. That's 2 curse words in front of you. Damn. So it's really going to be very important for us that the league comes first. All the players, captains, your responsibility to tell the players the league comes first, not any individual person.
Really good job.
Phenomenal job. Okay, so that's kind of the major changes and discussions. We have league rules, a constitution, a league flyer, which we may have copies of if you need it. Yeah. In the back of the room, we're going to have league flyer. We have more than enough for everybody. Please read that if you want it. If not, we can send it to you online. But we have a lot of documents for the league that are going to be, I think, on the website too. We're going to have them available on the website as well. I probably should have said that as well. We have a website. If you haven't gone to it, it's siamhockeyleague.com. Okay. So sponsors, most important part by far are the sponsors. We have a number of gold sponsors, and then silver and bronze, or just bronze?
Just silver.
Just silver.
There's
All
a
right.
platinum as well. But
There's a platinum. We're looking for a platinum sponsor. Would be the overall league sponsor. That's still we're still waiting for True to call us, or Singha, but they haven't called us yet. So number one, obviously, our number one gold sponsor, Sport Corner Titanium. They have a combined team, and they're a gold sponsor. We're gonna have lots of events here to include today, but other ones as well. Next sponsor is Hooters over on Nana. Also a team sponsor. Nope. Aware, which most of you know is Devin's company. And the Sukhumvit Spitfires. Our 4 gold sponsors next. Our silver sponsor, Jeff McIntyre, most of you know, has Rolling Stone Woodfire Pizza is his company. And he's done a great job. We appreciate it. He's going to sponsor a player of the game. So every game, there's 2 games a night. Each game's going to have a player of the game. And the winner of the player of the game gets, I think, a free pizza. Yeah, free pizza for player of the game. How that'll be voted on, just kind of getting in the weeds here, but how voted on is each of the 2 captains will pick one player not on their team. That's 1 vote. Each of the 2 referees gets a vote. And if it's tied, Alex, the scorekeeper, the scorekeeper of the day, will be the tiebreaker. And that'll be for each game. So one thing I mentioned before, we have I mentioned before how we have probably some money coming back to us, maybe a little bit here and there if we make some sponsorship money. But at the end of the day, we're going to try and do one thing the last league didn't do a lot of was we had not as much social media presence, and the website, no offense, wasn't the best in the world. So our goal this year is to have a much better web, PR, and social media presence. Website's already very good, up and running. Facebook page is all getting updated. And then we also have, you can see them to my right here, Dom Dumais, who's our podcast. Our plan would cover, he's going to do a podcast in the draft today. And then our plan is to have him cover as many games as he can. He's going to have players down to his studio to do interviews. And we're going to get it out there and do a lot of PR. We're going to try and get the podcast to be on the website, a lot of links to his podcast, and then coverage of games and all of those things. So we're really excited about it. We ran into Dom because Dom covered one of the BIHL games, and we called him up, and he was excited, happy. He's a hockey player, ex-hockey player. We're trying to get skates on him at some point, but so we're really excited about that and get some listeners. And you want to say here?
I'm really excited to see this to come along. I was really shocked to get contacted by John after I had done my podcast about the Bangkok Ice Hockey League, and I met both of them. Everything seemed to go really well, so I'm really excited, and I hope that this works out for you guys.
Yeah. Okay.
If any of you are interested in being on my podcast, like you said, you can contact me. I can get you my phone number or my line name, or you can contact me through my...
Don't hit it yet. I want to introduce him first. Okay. Thank you, Dom. And then for those of you who've been in Thailand for a while now playing hockey, you notice that one of the best things to do after a game or a tournament is to go online and to see the 10 million photos of us that are amazing, amazing photos that we get during tournaments and hot games, 9:30 game on a Thursday night. There's photos. So we are honored, happy, and just honored to have Mr. Nagayama, who has offered to be the official photographer for the SHL. We would not in any way in this planet be able to have anybody cover as many games, do the kind of pictures that he does. So we are extremely excited. And in all honesty, we to be really an official league, that when the photographer walks around in a rink, he has to have that photography jacket on or has the official jacket on. So if I can call Mr. Nagayama up here. Yep. Official photographer jacket. Wow. So if you see him around and you want to get your picture taken there, he's the guy. So we really appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. I'll try this.
Oh, hold on. And also,
So you can store your photos.
Thank you very much. Okay, thanks. Yeah. All right, so I'm done talking. You guys hate that. Before I continue, honestly, any questions? This is actually, not only is this the draft, but if you read the Constitution, which no one has but probably 4 of us, we have official requirement meetings. This is the inaugural meeting for the season. We're going to have a meeting halfway through the season to go over issues, comments, complaints, and the end of season meeting. So does anybody have any questions while you're here that I can answer that I forgot? I know Murray will remind me for the captains. Just remember the first week, which is not this week, but next week, right? No, this week. This week. Next Sunday is the first games. By Thursday, not Friday this week, by Thursday, Scotty needs the rosters, okay? By this Thursday, not Friday. So I'll do an email tonight to everybody to go over that. All right, so obviously we're not drafting today. But we did the draft before. We had all the captains here. Only person who was not here was Steven Sproul, who then dropped out as a captain. Now Justin took over, so Justin wasn't here for the draft. But it was a very way the draft was done was pretty official. Everyone ranked the players, and it wasn't just some random assortment of players. We did an actual close draft as we could do. So we then had we called up who's the guy from the NHL? We called him, and he did the Bill Daly. We called him, and he did the thing for us. So we first team Hooters got the first pick, second team Spitfires, third team Aware, fourth team Titanium Sport Corner. Don't go to the next page yet. As far as the league goes, 52 skaters, 4 goalies. We have full-time players and subs. Okay, this is our sub list as it stands now. If there's anybody you know who's a sub, not on the list, please tell me. But this is the sub list. We're always going to allow more subs to be added at any time. The player list for the season's full, but this is the sub list. Okay, let me get the captains up here. We can introduce the captains. Justin, Brad, Patrick, and Zach. Okay, but before I go to the draft, I want to go over, so these are the 4 captains. It's a responsibility that we had to almost beg off for to do. No, they all volunteered, and we appreciate it, but communication with the captains is very important. I'm going to ask the captains tonight after the draft to put an email out today or tomorrow latest to their team. Tell the guys, this is the team, you're on my team, and kind of go over the most important requirement, which is getting the name by Thursday, who's going to be there and not there, and let them know the requirement. If you don't tell me by Thursday or Friday, Thursday this week or Friday, you're not playing. And make sure you're hard on that. And your communication will be with Scott Murray. So the 4 of you will talk to Scott most weeks by Friday at noon, obviously before if you can, but Thursday will be this week. And there has to be good communication with Scott on that. And then obviously the most important thing as well is professionalism. The referees here in this league, we have some new refs. Jeb's going to train them and get them all up to speed. Most of them are pretty good. But as you know, this game, no matter how relaxed our games are, they get competitive. So we're hoping you guys lead by example and make sure we have Jai Yen Yen on the ice. That's our best bet. A little Jai Yen Yen on the ice. All right, so first pick went to Hooters. Anyone, all the fantasy guys ready to go? Fantasy draft guys? All right. First pick was Moo, went to Hooters. Second pick, Spitfires, Jeff McIntyre. Third pick to Aware was Tor. 2 of the first 3 picks were ties. Who would have thought that? Anyway, fourth pick was Yari. Fifth pick, I have no idea how it got there, but some overrated player. Sixth pick was Corey Day. 7th pick, so Spitfires, Adrian. Yay. 8th pick, Hooters, Andy Brine. 9th pick, Spitfires, David McBurney. 10th was Dream. The first goalie pick was Dream, 11. Ang. 12th pick, Aware, Yin. 13th, Aware, Devin. 14th, Sport Corner Titanium, Gabor. Gabor's here. Sport Corner, start drinking. 15, Hooters, 15th pick. Second goalie picked. Mike White, thanks by the way. 16, Spitfire, Ernesto. So these are the first 4 players for each team. The way we did the picking was we wanted to do forwards got picked or D first, and the second pick, if your first pick was a forward, your second pick was a D. You'll notice that up there. So these are the first 4 for each team. You can embrace that. Take a read at that. Take a picture if you want. Anybody? No? Okay. All right. So then next we're going to do is we're going to just I'll put up. This is the Hooters team. For those of you who are on this is the first team. I'm not gonna read it off. This is the Hooters team. Read it off. Sorry. If I get the name wrong, I'm sorry. So Jordan. Yeah, you read it off. Captain, you read it off.
All right, we've got forwards, Jordan Newman, me, La, Mike White, Moo, Paul Stoddard, Sebastian Ranger, Steven Sproul. On D, Andy Brine, David Blomqvist. Did I say that right?
Yep.
Boomer.
Gary Cosby, Tommy Hakkinen, and Top. And our goalie is Dream.
Early favorites. Spitfires.
Alright, forwards are David, Lohr, David McBurney, Ernesto Bauer, brings the women, Harrison, Beam, Scott Murray, and Simon. Defense, we got Adrian Myers, Alistair Fawcett, myself, Garrett, and OB, and Jason as our goalie.
Yep.
He speaks English. So Canadian.
He's American. All right, Aware.
Dear Captain.
That's who's this? Patrick, it's you, buddy.
We got forwards Bill Bredesen, Brandon Wick, Corey Day, Darren Boodle, Devin, and we got Ryan and Tan and Tor as forwards. Defense, myself, we have Christian, Chan, Stanislav, and Jim,
Patrick.
and Ubs as a goalie.
Okay, on forward, It, Shadow, FBI, Mooney, Cratch, Whitcomb, on defense, Goncharov, DJ, Yari, Mike Wilson, Remo, and in net from the USSR, Gabor Top.
Okay. Is that it? All right, so real quickly, schedule. Most of our games are Sundays. The game starts 8:30, 9:30. There'll be some games on Mondays and I believe a couple of Thursdays. Semifinal, the playoffs are best of 3 and the semifinals and finals. We're going to be done by Songkran. No, we're not. That's a lie. We're done to the end of April. Sorry, end of April. Before the BIHL starts, around the same time. But yeah, the games are done. Like I said, the games are done by 10:30 latest. Our hope is that on Sunday nights, I know it's a weekend night, we'll hit a few sponsors, and we'll set up some more events at the sponsors. But the schedule is online. My suggestion would be the captains, when you go back tonight, send the schedule out and get your guys to tell you now. I know I won't be here on March 15th or whatever, March 12th. Just gonna begin to know, because guys are on vacation and leave. So guys will know now. Some days they won't be there. So get that process started now. Any questions? Not sure I have answers, but any questions? Gabor has a question. Yes, please. Go back and show Gabor his team. It was too fast.
Yeah, this will all be sent out.
And we're going to send this out. One problem we had in the past, guys, was the first game of the season. No offense to the last league. The jerseys were never ready. Your jerseys will be ready to go next week. All right? Jerseys ready for the first game.
You happy, Gabor?
Happy, Gabor? Good team? Really? Really? Come on, dude. I mean, your captain's right there. And I'm right here.
Second round.
Nothing.
Can't complain.
No, Zach is.
Zach's the captain.
Yeah.
John's just one of the scrubs.
I'm one of the scrubs.
Yeah, number 6.
Really? You're mad? Anyway, okay. So, no questions. Hey, guys.
What about the state on the schedule? It says team 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. When do we know exactly what time are we playing?
It's been updated.
It's updated now. That's old.
updated, all
If you
right.
go on now, you see what time. Hey, guys, before I end it here, I just want anyone to say anything? Anyone else? Hey, you guys just
Rosters will be on the website
tonight. And hey, you guys, honestly, I mean, 25 or so guys, you guys appreciate coming to the sponsor today. Once again, I'll stress it in an email tonight. You'll see the email tonight. Most important thing in the league, this first season sponsor. So I appreciate you guys coming out. Please stick around, have some beers, order some food. And I believe that's all I got. So thanks.
I thought it was really good. The whole meeting in general, they really want to make the league competitive and they want to make it fun for everybody. I think it's going to be really exciting. The first games are going to be next week, this coming Sunday, at the Central Ramen 9 on the 7th floor. And the first game is at 8:30 and the second game is at 9:30. Now, I don't know the teams yet, but as soon as I know, I will put that out on Twitter and Instagram and my Facebook page. And of course, CM Hockey League will also, the SHL will also put that out on their Facebook page and also on their website, which you can find at cmhockeyleague.com. All right. I want you to always remember, if you find something that you love, it doesn't matter if you're participating in it, just be involved in it, and it will be so much more fulfilling. All right. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.
Please rate my show or leave a comment or make suggestions of what you would like me to talk about. You can find me on Facebook at facebook.com/Dom Dumas, on Twitter at Dom Dumas, and on Instagram, Dom_Dumas. Thanks a lot.